Hello everybody, what's good? It is your boy SpikePair89 and I'm bringing you guys another video, and today we're going to be talking about the hidden toys and anti-griefing tools of GTA 5 Online. If this video helps you guys out, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. With that being said guys, let's get right into this awesome video. Alright guys, so for number one here, we're going to be talking about the ballistic armor equipment. Now this is the number one on my list. Now, to buy the ballistic armor equipment, you want to go to the internet here, and you want to go to Warstock Cash and Carry, and you want to go ahead and buy from here. Now, to get it from here, though, you got to have your research done in your bunker. That is the only way you're able to unlock it. So if you don't already have your research done in your bunker, basically what it is, you go to your bunker and you're going to start the research. You can get it by buying supplies and you have your meter fill up your research until you unlock this one right here. This is what's called here. It's $500,000, so it's not too bad of a price. War stock here, as you can see. Here's what it says about it. We all have our days when we're feeling fragile and in need of some support. Well, no matter where you are, no matter how bad a situation, you can pay Pegasus over this head-to-toe military-grade body armor accompanying minigun until your problems are about to get a lot smaller and a lot more open to negotiation. You got that right. So this is what it looks like. Now to call in your ballistic equipment here, you want to go to your inventory, go over to ballistic equipment services, and you want to request it here for $5,000. So pretty cheap price here to buy and also equipment. So if you're in a pickle here, you got a guy that's attacking you, or if you have a group of friends that are getting bothered, you and your friends could all equip this right here and make them shit their pants, basically. Because, man, it's literally ballistic armor with the minigun. Now, obviously, you're not invincible when you put on the ballistic equipment, per se. But this thing definitely does pack a punch here, as you guys can see when I'm equipping here. I'll show you guys. So not only do you get the ballistic armor here and the minigun, but there's also a benefit. You can also have unlimited ammo. Here, as you can see, your ammo basically goes away when you are in the armor. And not only that, your health is boosted. Basically, it's like you have 500 BSTs and you basically are spamming armors on or something like that. I don't even know. Like, this thing is basically sturdy as hell. Let's go ahead and test this out for you guys here. So let's start our crazy shootout here. See if we can get ourselves on one level here. Show you guys the test this out. So you guys can see here, though, we have unlimited ammo, as you can see. Basically, if you want to cause havoc for a little bit, criminal damage, free mode events, this is where you want to go. This is what you need right here, just to quest this bad boy out. You're going to have a good time. Not only that, just having fun and messing around. This is pretty good. This is basically like being in God mode in a sense, because you have quite a lot of health here. So you can stay here for quite a bit if you want to get into like an insane cop shootout. Just shoot all the cars you want, have a little bit of fun. So there you guys can see here, we got cops showing up. Show you guys that this thing definitely can take a beating, as you can see. These guys are shooting me, and obviously these guys aren't real players, but cops still able to drain your health pretty quick. But these guys only got pistols, but as you can see here though, cop would bring nothing to me right here. Ballistic armor is pretty underrated for that. Now another hidden trick of the ballistic armor I will show you guys here actually is you can actually launch other toys from this as well. One toy specifically would have to be the Nano Drone. Now that is going to be a second on our list here, which I will talk about in a minute. But some other hidden features you guys can do obviously is launch the Nano Drone, and of course you can use your phone as well and request other things. So basically, if you wanted your friend to get a truck or a vehicle of some sort that's armored, you could probably sit on the back, or even a plane for that matter, sit in the back of it, and you could probably do some pretty crazy and funny things with this thing and mess around if you want to kill people and just have fun. Or, like I said, if a griefer is giving you a hard time, the ballistic armor is pretty sturdy and useful, so you definitely will have all of this protection you need with this thing. Now, obviously, to unequip it, in case you're wondering, you can either have someone kill you or the cops kill you till it goes away, or simply go over to ballistic and equipment services and you remove ballistic equipment, just like so. Now, that being said, guys, let's get right into number 2 on our list here, which will be the Nano Drone. Alright guys, so for number 2 on our list here, as I said before, we were going to be looking at the Nano Drone from the arcade. Now this is actually another very great hidden anti-griefing tool, also a great tool to fight against 1-0 players and score wars of the sort. Very great tool here, guys. Now to get the Nano Drone here, basically, which I'm going to want to get, is the arcade. I get the arcade. It's pretty easy. You just got to go over and talk to Lester over on the map over here at the Diamond and Casino at Mirror Park, which is over here, right over here. Oh, over here, sorry. And then once you have it unlocked, you can simply go over to mazebankforeclosures.com and you want to basically go over to any of these arcades. Now they're pretty cheap too. Most you can get arcade for, as you can see here, is like 2.5 million, 2.3, and the one I got here is a fairly cheap one here, just video getting. But obviously I got it 'cause it's pretty cool as well. But obviously cheapest one you can get is up here. So if you want like an expensive one, you get like a Paleto Bay one. But I wouldn't recommend these ones as they're pretty far away from where most people are. So I'd recommend getting these ones if you want to not get bothered. But I like to be in the middle of the war zone. And obviously when I'm using the arcade, I'm obviously either not going to be using it for the heist as much, but more for the Nano Drone purpose and having the garage space in the bottom. And of course, if I want to use the games with my friends. So I would recommend getting either insert coin, whatever is closest to your buildings. For now, I got this one because it's cheap. But like I said, to each their own. So once you have the arcade, all you want to do is set it up to where you have the Street Crime Gang Wars, the first arcade game you unlock. Simply set it up and scope out the casino so you can access the computer at your manager's office or in the basement by talking to the Nazar Speaks Here, Lester Speaks Here game. So to get it here, simply go over to any of the computers at the bottom here, or at the top, of course. Now, obviously, we got arcade games, and here is where the toys are. You have upgrades. Now, there are actually two upgrades here you can get. Besides the drone station, you can get the Master Control Terminal, which is actually very useful as well. But I will save that for another video. We'll talk about some of these grinding toys here, useful toys for grinding. This will be for another video. So this is the drone station. As you can see here, this is what it says about it. Launch drones with 1 to 3 other players, fly together over the streets of Los Santos. Purchasers will also have access to the Nano Drone in free mode. So like I said before, showed you before, you can use this drone in free mode. Not only can you use it in the arcade, but the good thing about the one in the arcade versus the one in free mode, or when you're out in the streets, is basically this one has unlimited range compared to the one outside. The one outside doesn't have unlimited range. There's like a set range to it. Obviously, it's an RC drone, so once you get far enough, like a real-life RC car or drone or anything like that, the range would get weaker and weaker, so obviously you won't be able to go that far. But this one, it's like you have basically connected to the phone antennas or something, because like, holy shit, the range on this one's pretty intense. But you can request it here. You can see this is what it looks like when you're inside the drone here. You have two options at the right side of the screen here. You have the boost option, which you can press with, actually 3 options here, my bad, not 4 or 2, 3. You have boost, which you can use at R3. Basically gives the drone a bit of a boost here. And then on the left side here, we also have camera views. By pressing L3, or R3 actually, not L3, you can view in, basically zoom in your camera a bit. So pretty useful. Not only that, here at the bottom, as you can see, we have a photo mode. So I guess if you wanted to use your drone for like a car show, take cool photos, Rockstar editor, all that kind of stuff, people like that stuff, which I think is cool, go for it. You can use it for that. But here we have the detonate button, which is my favorite part, not only besides the shock button. So obviously the detonate button is usually what you want to use to say like a guy over here, he's causing problems, or even you got a guy camping outside your arcade, or any griefer in the area you want to just mess with. This drone is very useful. As you can see here, the range is really far on this thing. I can go quite far away from the arcade here. The range won't affect the speed of the drone or anything that much. I do notice though, when you go quite a bit, the speed isn't exactly as fast as if you were closer. I guess because the range is so far, the drone has some trouble connecting to the arcade signal or whatever. But as you can see here, still pretty fast. You can obviously detonate the drone just like having an RC car. It's pretty useful here because watch this. Not only can you detonate it, you can tase it. Now I missed that guy there. Damn it, my aim is not that good. But as you can see here, you can tase them just like having a disposable taser. And the great thing about this is no one knows about this stuff. This drone is basically unheard of. I can only count my fingers amount of players I've seen in the GTA 5 player base use these kind of tools as anti-griefing tools. But these types of things are very useful, very funny. You can definitely do a lot of trolling with this kind of stuff. Very useful, as you can see here. Obviously kills an NPC in one hit too, which is pretty impressive if you ask me, but pretty good. And you can also detonate it. So I'll show you guys the detonator here. So let's go ahead and test this out here on unsuspecting NPC here. So you see we got a guy walking here. La 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 la. It's like a player here. He kills you. He's bothering you or whatever. And you can't kill him. Just wait here. Kaboom. There you go. You got him there. And basically, like you see there, he's dead. And that's basically the arcade Nano Drone. Pretty useful. Only price $1 million. Definitely recommend getting this. It's not only can you use it in the arcade, like I said, you can use it in free mode. Comes very in handy for players like to camp on roofs, play dirty, 1-0 players, score warriors. People don't know about this usually, so this can come very handy, as no one will really know about this trick because not many people look into this kind of stuff. This is like stuff that's very useful that no one looks into. But anyways, guys, with that being said, let's get on to number 3. All right, so for number 3, I'm basically going to be talking about some weaponized vehicles here, or some of these useful weaponized vehicles in general I have here inside of my arcade. Now, I'm going to be talking about basically majority of these in general because I'm going to put these all in one category because these are basically all convenient and very useful weaponized vehicles that you might want to have in your arsenal of weaponized vehicles. Obviously, there are a lot of weaponized vehicles, hidden ones, and within features that are great to use and are very useful for using in PvP scenarios or just practicing and having fun. But these are the top vehicles. For the first one here, I'll be showing you guys basically here is the half track. Now, basically, why you want to have a half track in your arsenal of vehicles is it's got a little secret here. I'll show you guys in a sec. Not only does it have a little hidden secret about it, this half track is actually quite of a beast of a vehicle here. A half track, from what I remember, can take literally 16 rockets. I can take 16 rockets. You can see here you have a gun on the back, so basically if you have a guy in the back or a gunner with you, you can drive around and you can cause havoc. Now obviously the gunner is still exposed, so keep in mind this isn't exactly the safest vehicle to have someone on the back, but if you really wanted to, you could. But not only does it have a gun on the back, the front windshields are actually invincible, meaning you can't shoot through them. Now not only does that mean you can't shoot through them, that means anyone can shoot through them, even through special rounds here. You can see our armor-piercing rounds. You can't shoot through them. Now, one might say, well, look, you can shoot through the glass. What are you talking about? But as you can see here, my bullets actually bounce off the glass. The glass is actually bulletproof, like invincibility. You can actually not shoot through this glass. As you can see here, the glass will break here like it's broken here. Like, oh, one might think otherwise. But as you can see here, even though the glass is broken, you literally can't shoot through this. It's impossible. Now, the one flaw about this vehicle you have to watch out for will be my warning here, excuse me, is the side windows. Now, these aren't bulletproof like the front. You can see here, you can shoot through them still, so I would be careful, but you would be pretty safe using this type of vehicle, seeing as the front windshield's got one. Not only is it pretty safe from doing that, but if you remove all the armor plating like mine has, you can also have a little fun by throwing shit out and using guns. You can see here, I can throw sticky bombs if someone's harassing me from the front. Not only that, I can pull out my heavy revolver here if I got a guy in the back to shoot out or in the front. You can also pull out APCs, so if you guys like to throw sticky bombs at their feet, just like so, kaboom. Pretty useful vehicle here, all in all. Very good. I would recommend getting this vehicle as it's pretty fast vehicle for a half track, being like a tank type vehicle here, if a tank type tracks in the back. Pretty fast vehicle for it. It's a cool vehicle overall. Pretty fun. It got one in the front windshield, so definitely if you're getting bothered by someone, this is definitely an anti-griefing vehicle I would recommend to buy. Now, not only is this vehicle pretty good in this aspect, but actually also is pretty cheap to buy also on Warstock, as you can see here. We're going to go to Warstock here and show you guys where you can buy it. Obviously, like the other ones, this is a weaponized toy, so you want to go to Warstock to buy it. Basically, you want to scroll on here till you find the half track here. Now, where's the half track? I think I passed it here. Here it is right here. So, half track's only $2.2 million, so it's not too bad of a vehicle to get here. You can see here, the half track might look like it's having a really dangerous identity crisis, but trust us, it works. All terrain capabilities of the tank on the edge of a truck, straightforward handling, a spacious cabin, lots of fresh air, and a lunatic of a 50 cal in the back. Yeah, you're telling me this thing's insane. Beast of a half track here. Would really recommend buying this thing. Very great. Highly recommend it. Great vehicle to have. Now, that being said, let's get on to number 3. Now, like I said before, I was basically going to be talking about a bunch of weaponized vehicles you need one, but in that sense, I figured I would make this as number 3, or actually not number 3, my bad, number 4 on the list of hidden useful tools here. Now, this is actually a pretty underrated vehicle here I'm going to call out here. Now, basically, this vehicle is what I like to call the Oppressor Killer. Now, yes, you heard me right, the Oppressor Killer. Now, basically, the vehicle here that I'm speaking about here is the Deluxo. Now, what makes a Deluxo so special, you might ask? Now, from a glance at Deluxo, it does look pretty cool, all in all, anyways, in general, as it's literally the flying DeLorean from Back to the Future, which is pretty cool. But not only is the Deluxo flying DeLorean, but it has some special tools. Not only can it go into hover mode, which I will show you guys right here by pressing X on your controller on PlayStation, and X on Xbox, but you can see by pressing square, we have miniguns and missiles. Now, the missiles here are mainly what I'm going to be speaking about here. The missiles are going to be your best friend when you're using this thing to PvP, because these missiles don't miss. I'm saying that right now. So say you got oppressors in your lobby, call this thing out instantly. This is literally what I like to call, like I said, the Oppressor killer. This thing is awesome. It flies pretty fast. You can put sticky bombs on it and other sorts of things too if you want to blow stuff up mid-fight. Someone's playing dirty. Now, I don't really condone using cheap tactics like that when you want to play fair, but like I said, if someone's playing dirty, this is going to happen. Griefers, 1-0 players, Skull Warriors, they're all around GTA now. This is what you want to use. So you got Oppressor in your lobby, like I said, this is your go-to vehicle. These things are amazing. They're the best vehicles you want to have. They're awesome. This thing handles pretty well. It's fast. You can also use it to get to point A to point B. Pretty great vehicle all in all. Pretty great substance to having an Oppressor, because obviously not everyone's going to want to just drive around an Oppressor Mark II. Don't get me wrong, Oppressor is pretty fast, but this thing can be a very good counter for it. Even though the Oppressor is fast, you can't avoid these Deluxo missiles. These missiles are literally the best missiles. So I would very much recommend getting the Deluxo, but the only thing that might stop you from getting it though is the price. The Deluxo is very expensive now. Seeing as they've raised the prices of all of these vehicles here, Deluxo is now very expensive. $4 million for this thing. But let's go ahead and read about this here. Obviously, you want to buy it on Warstock, Cash, and Carrier. So it says here, the features here. It has gull wing doors. Never again must you choose between the drama of open road and the majesty of flying. Sorry, I can't speak. I'm sorry. Never again will you feel the lurch of panic as you accidentally drive over a cliff. At the click of a button, you will soar over the trees, mountain sharks, and the slack-jawed competition. Got that right. Anything else you choose. Please note, this vehicle can be modified at a vehicle workshop inside the Avenger or Mobile Operations Center. So obviously, if you want to get the missiles, I forgot to mention, you want to go over here to the Avenger, or you can go to MOC Cab, anything like that, Arena War, wherever you got the to upgrade this vehicle. Go ahead and you want to upgrade it there. Pretty great, useful vehicle all in all. Definitely recommend it. And with that being said, guys, let's go on to number 5. Now for number 5 here, I'm going to be talking about more hidden and secret combat vehicles here. So this is going to be number 5. So next vehicle on my list, maybe it won't be as obscure as the other vehicles, but because I've definitely seen more people use this vehicle than not. But in a sense, this is basically what every guy probably should have right now in GTA, especially if you're in free mode, is the Buffalo STX. Now, I'm not just talking about the Buffalo STX in general as well, but I'll also be talking about, so I'm going to call this out now while I'm at it, Imani Tech. Now, Imani Tech vehicles are literally the best thing right now in GTA to be using against griefers. Now, there are actually 2 features about Imani Tech here I'll explain, which you might want to have probably on all of your vehicles from the agency update, or any other vehicles that are newer, obviously from the Drug Wars DLC that have Imani Tech on them. Now, the 2 features that Imani will offer for your Imani Tech upgradable vehicles is, not only will your car have, as you can see here, a shit ton of armor, but you can either have anti-missile lock-ons, obviously which you can get in your agency. So obviously before you get the car, you might want to go ahead and buy an agency. So get an agency, obviously, of course, in case you're wondering, it's not here, my bad. You want to go over to Money and Services, and you want to go over to Dynasty State Executive, where you buy your CEO office. And you can see here, we got a range of nice agencies here. As you can see, they're pretty expensive, $2 million. Probably at most was this one, which is $1 million. But that's besides the point. Once you have the agency, obviously, you can go ahead and get this car and upgrade it. Now, the feature I'll be mainly talking about Imani-wise is not the anti-missile lock-on jammer, but the RC per vehicle. So if you didn't already know, if you go to remote control vehicles in your inventory, you can obviously get RC Tank and Bandito, which most people know about, obviously, as you can get these from Southern San Andreas. Maybe not everyone knows about them, but are pretty useful. But the one here that's really cool is the RC personal vehicle. This tool has helped me out many times, getting reefers, 1-0 players, actually destroying people that care about the score pretty decently. If you don't already know, I have a video here ripping hilarious actually, but this vehicle actually has quite some good capabilities, as most of these Imani Tech vehicles come with the RC variant. When you upgrade it like this, you can get miniguns on it like so, and the cool thing about it is, just like the Nano Drone, you can detonate it. So if you hold square here, as you can see here, you can literally roll up on anyone and blow them up. So say you got a guy up here, he's causing problems, you don't want to deal with him anymore on the ground, he playing dirty, he won't too much, he's in BST or whatever, obviously. So obviously now we're resorting to the Imani car for whatever reason that might be here. We're going to use this dirty trick here, so we're going to hold and use this. So roll up on the guy up here. I'm going to take out unsuspecting guy here. Here he is right here. And kaboom. It's perfect. You can just blow up on them, roll up on them. My favorite thing to do also is squash. You can really mow them down and run them over. And of course, when you're done here. You're gonna obviously have to repair your vehicle. So the sad part about you blowing it up here is you'll have the Petennial Clem here, which really sucks. But that's besides the point. Imani Tech is very great to use, very useful here. And with that being said, guys, let's get on to number 6. Alright guys, so we're coming in at number 6. We're going to be talking about the Nightshark. Now the Nightshark is also another pretty cool and uncommon vehicle. More than not, this is a fairly less uncommon vehicle. This is more common than uncommon, seeing as this is one of the few vehicles you can get from doing your criminal starter pack or criminal starting thing when you first join GTA on the PS5 or Xbox Series S and X. This is one of the free vehicles you can choose. But more likely than not, most people have not heard of the Nightshark. Now, if you already heard of the Nightshark, this is a must-have vehicle in your arsenal of modded or armored cars. This vehicle is literally the GOAT of armored cars. This thing is awesome. Now, to buy the Nightshark, of course, you want to go over here to Warstock, just like you would for the Deluxo and any other some Imani-related vehicles. Not all of them, of course. Those ones, Imani-related vehicles, obviously you can find in Southern San Andreas and Legendary Autos. Now, for the Nightshark, we're obviously going to go over to Warstock. Now, these are all the big boy toys, right? So here is the Nightshark part of the gun running here, as you can see. Let's read about this here. There's a special moment in life of every billionaire when you realize that everyone else is trying to kill you and steal from you. The time comes on a vehicle built exclusively to carry that paranoid delusion. A Nightshark where you can sit in a perfect comfort behind tinted glass as filthy hordes press against your armored hull, then press the trigger on the dual machine guns and relax as the car does all the hard work for you. Who's crazy now? A Nightshark is literally what it says. This is an awesome vehicle. Now, the Nightshark isn't exactly the best armored car in the entire game, but this is definitely a great car. So let's go ahead and check this out here. So this is what the Nightshark is. As you can see here, unlike the half track, the Nightshark is really fast. If you upgrade this thing by giving it a turbo upgrade and every other engine upgrade in the game, plus the armor upgrades and tire upgrades, this is one hell of a car. You can see here, I can run anything I want here, move aside these damn cars. This thing is a beast. Not only that, if you upgrade the armor on this thing, you can at least survive any Oppressor shot and make them waste all their missiles, or any other vehicle for that matter. And this thing also is Deluxo immune too, for Deluxo griefers. Now, the one cool hidden feature about the Nightshark, if you didn't know, is if you take off the windows, like I have on mine, off already, the armored windows, which are completely useless, by the way, so I would not put them on. But obviously, if you take them off via the Avenger after you upgrade it, you can throw sticky bombs out of it, just like you would the Nightshark. So say you got something behind you, an Oppressor, just like Lord Putter would do in style, or some other YouTuber I've seen do. It's like a Lord Putter thing right here. Got an Oppressor coming above you. Yeet, kaboom. Yeet, kaboom. Yeet, kaboom. Like, look at that. You can just throw this all day at someone. It's an amazing vehicle. I would definitely recommend getting this vehicle. Not too overpriced. Also, obviously, also a very great vehicle. So you can get it as one of your first vehicles to get in GTA 5 as you first load into the game. So, Nightshark would really recommend. And with that being said, guys, let's get on to number 7. Alright guys, so for number 7 here, we're going to be talking about the APC. Now the reason I'm talking about the APC here is because APC is actually another really hidden and cool vehicle. Not many people actually know about this vehicle as well. It's another vehicle from Warstock, but no one ever uses the APC. I see people call out Nightsharks and other vehicles more than the APC. I actually people call it probably Deluxe more than the APC. Now the reason no one ever uses this thing is because there isn't really much of a use for it. Sometimes I've seen people not really have a need for it as much, as there are actually a lot of vehicles that could overpower this thing. But if in a pickle, or if you are in actually a scenario where you actually will need this thing actually has some pretty cool features. Now the first one is obviously that it has a gun on the top, so if you have a player with you, a friend with you, you can obviously drive around like this and have them sit on the gun. Not only can you have a guy on the top and shoot the gun, you have 2 guys on the sides of the APC shooting little miniguns out of the back, which are also quite useful, seeing as that's why there's little slit windows. But not only that, if you guys really get in a pickle and there's someone shooting you on the ground, look at this, you can literally go in the water with it. It's water resistant, you can power over any wave. This thing can drive in the water, and you can point your gun land. It's amphibious and land vehicle at the same time, which is very useful. And all of that, as you can see here, in case you're wondering why I have the default gun on my APC here, that is because actually having the default gun compared to having the big upgraded one you can get with your research actually gives you unlimited bullets. The one with the research is the big one on the top, which looks really scary and menacing, which, don't get me wrong, is actually quite a scary and menacing looking gun. But if you didn't already know, having this gun is better though, because this gun gives you unlimited ammo. As you can see here, I can at least shoot all I want here. I will not run out of ammo. Let's check out that boat there. Come here, boat. I don't think I can reach it from here. But as you can see here, This thing is literally a beast. You can go in the water with it. So we want to check out the boat here. No problem. Let's go right here in the water, just like so. Let's park up here. Park for a bit. Just like so. Get on the gun. Kaboom. Instant death. This thing is so amazing. I can't tell how many times this thing's actually quite come in handy a few times actually. And with that being said, let's go and check this guy out on Warstock. So let's first get rid of the cops. These cops drive me nuts. There we go. Let's go ahead and check this out. Look on Warstock. Here's where you're going by. Obviously, you want to go to Warstock, Cash and Carry. Scroll down a little bit here, and you'll find the APC. Very useful vehicle. Recommend getting. So let's go ahead and scroll down here a bit. Here is the APC. Here's go ahead and read about this here. Recently acquired in Fort Sankudu yard sale, all APCs come direct from active service. With a turn-to mounted cannon and portholes with small arms fire, they are able to carry up to 4 heavily armed mercenaries pretty much anywhere across land or water. And if you squint, it's quite good looking in merciless occupations of your homeland kind of way. So this thing is pretty useful. And not only that, $3 million isn't too out of a price for this thing. Would highly recommend getting it. It's a very great vehicle to have. Don't ever use this thing anymore. Very useful, as you can obviously see here. Driving in the water, go on land. Unlimited ammo for the gun on the top. What more could you not want from a vehicle like this, as it's very armored too. This thing isn't exactly as armor proof as a Imani tech vehicle or a Nightshark or a half-track, but this thing can still take quite a couple of shots, and also not only that, it will let you know by beeping when it's pretty low. So this thing also has a alert system when it's low in health, so you can know. Pretty useful vehicle overall. And with that being said, guys, let's get on to number 8. Alright, so for number 8 here, we're going to be talking about the Kosakta and any other related vehicles you can equip inside of the Kosakta Moon Pool. Now, to buy the Kosakta, you obviously want to start up the mission where you talk to Pavel, or not Pavel, talk to Mini Martin Madrazo at the Diamond Casino Music Locker. And once you talk to him, you're obviously going to unlock the Kosakta, which you can buy at the very front of the Warstock Cash and Carry at the very top here. This is what it looks like when you use Kosakta. It's just like buying a MOC or any other related militarized vehicle. You can change the flag. You can equip a sonar station, guided missiles, which we'll talk about in a minute. The weapons workshop, just like what you can have in your MOC, bunker and all that. And, of course, moon pool vehicles. And now what moon pool vehicles we'll specify and show you in a minute. So, obviously, this is where you get your Kosakta. So to call your Kosakta, let's go to your interaction menu here. You go to inventory, or not inventory, I'm sorry, wrong one. Service. Now it'll be right here next to, obviously here we have the Acid Lab, Terabyte, all that. And here is the Kosakta. So let's go ahead and request it here. Not only that, as you can see, requesting it here, you have the option to request it, but you can also request a Sparrow and the Evasive, which is the new submarine from the Kaleprico update. You can also empty it. Empty out the Kosakta and the helm. You can change what scuba gear you have equipped inside of the Kosakta, which is actually quite useful. If someone's trying to take out your submarine, you can use your scuba gear to dive down. You can change the access option here, return it, and of course request a dinghy and a Sparrow as well, which is the helicopter you can store inside. So let's go ahead and request a boat here. Oh, sorry about that. My radio is glitched on because I was doing a job warp to come over here. Let's go ahead and show you guys what the Kosakta looks like on the inside and what useful features you can do with this Kosakta and why this will actually be a very great beneficial tool to you guys. So obviously the first great beneficial reason to have a Kosakta not only is a hidden anti-griefing tool, but obviously having this thing is very useful because you can run the KO heist with this thing, and the KO heist is actually a pretty good heist to run. I would recommend using this heist if you're just starting out and you want to make some money in GTA. The Kosakta is very useful. It's very useful to use the KO heist, which you can literally make $1 million off doing the KO Caprico heist with your friend. If you know the KO Caprico skip glitch with the heist, you can literally make millions a day doing this. So pretty easy to do. Overall, very useful sub for the heist, but that's besides the point. Right now, we're not using this for the heist because we're talking about hidden anti-griefing tools. So let's go ahead and get inside of the Kosakta so I can share with you guys the hidden features of the Kosakta. Let's go ahead and walk inside here. Alright, here we are, getting inside here. Okay, so now we're inside here. I'm going to talk to you guys about the features of the Kosakta, what you know about the Kosakta, and why this will be a very useful anti-griefing tool. Now, the first thing I'll be talking about here is inside of this main area here, the helm and all of this. So first off here, as you can see here to my left here, I have a periscope. Very useful here. This thing will come in very handy when griefers want to attack you. So say you got a griefer coming over in like a helicopter, usually it's like an oppressor or something, typical griefer thing to do. You can just have your periscope here, just like so. You can auto lock onto them here, as you can see, auto locking here. You can take them out. Now the missiles on this thing aren't exactly top tier missiles like a Deluxo would. In fact, they're probably like slightly better than Oppressor missiles like buzzard missiles or just above buzzard style missiles. Not too bad, but missiles are still missiles. Very useful here. So you could obviously have someone sitting here while you use other features of the submarine here, which I'll talk about in a second. Very useful here. You can see you can even equip thermals with this if you wanted to, so you can spot your enemies from miles away. So you got someone attacking you here. Very useful. Now, the next and second important feature about the Kosakta here is the guided missile system. Now, the guided missile system is literally what it says. It's guided missiles. Now, there actually is a very useful thing here with the guided missiles you want to try out and use, which I would recommend is equipping your thermals here before you get into your guided missiles here, because thermals here are so useful when you use this thing. So first off here, to get into it, you want to walk over here to the chair here, and you want to press X to launch, just like so. So here we are, we're going to launch. Now this thing is absolutely awesome. Missiles here travel for quite a long time, and like you see here, they're literally guided missiles, so you can just launch as many of these as you like from the submarine here. There is a cooldown, keep in mind, but if this is you in the submarine, you can swap in between guided missiles back and forth, basically making it very convenient for using this. And as you can see here with thermals on, you can literally see anyone you want. So if you got a guy over here causing trouble, you can launch these from your submarine and still kill him. It's so useful. You can see we're gonna take out this car here. You can see missiles are really deadly, so anyone's got like an NPC car or any car that's not full on armored like a half track, you can easily take them out. Pretty useful here to have it. Now, not only can you access the missiles through the periscope in there, but you can also access the missiles through the helm. This is what you can do. So yes, if you didn't already know, you can drive the submarine. So this is pretty cool, so let's go ahead and check this out. So you can drive it. This is what it looks like when you drive it. Basically, you're in third person, but you can also go in first person. Now, the great feature about having the submarine or having the helm here is you can go up, down. You can also use the periscope here, as you can see from here, which I didn't even really know was a feature in the beginning until now, which is absolutely amazing. So, say you're on the thing here, you're inside the driver's seat, you got the guy coming over. Oh shit! Shoot him out here. Shoot him out. Oh, he's dead. Now you can see here though by pressing X here, we have, or not X, circle. My bad. We have missiles in the bottom. These are just like real life missiles. You can see here if you have another submarine in the water or someone in the water harassing you, like a Torador, Stromberg, whatever, boat, boom, shoot the missiles, shoot. This thing's awesome. Not only that, you can also dive and go up. And diving in this thing is awesome because you're basically off radar and no one will know where you are. So you can basically sit here if you're wanting to dodge an orbital cannon strike or something like that. All you gotta do is sit here, and if you hold right on the D-pad here, little trick here, you can engage autopilot here, just like so. No one will bother you here. You're orb proof. Now, obviously, you're not everything proof. So if someone still had like a jet or a laser, they could obviously still see you. You'd have to dive pretty deep to avoid one of those. But overall, very useful here. I love this thing. This is probably one of the greatest things about this thing. Now, let's talk about some other hidden features about this thing here. So obviously, another hidden feature here is you can actually fast travel with the submarine, just like the yacht. So if you don't already know, with the yacht here, you can basically fast travel by pressing square, just like the yacht. And as you can see here, you can move around the entire map. So say you had someone coming over and bothering you over where I am now. An example, move to Vespucci Beach. Just click to move it over, just like so. Boom, boom, boom. We're already over here now. Very useful, very convenient. This is probably one of the usefulest things about the submarine, is this feature right here, besides the missile part and all that, because most times when I'm using this thing, people are trying to harass me and kill me. It gets very annoying, drives me nuts. So with this, you can easily escape your opponents, get like one kill, easily kill, if you choose to play like a cheap tactical way, which I don't really condone when using these kind of tricks. I would ever condone to play cheap and play tactically like this with these tricks, unless the other opponent's using them first. I will also not recommend to try to grief with these sort of things. So please keep in mind when using these types of tricks, playing like this, just be careful. try not to be a dick with it, be an asshole. As like I said before, when using these, I've been using these to anti-grief, kill the griefers with these tricks. Kill people that are messing up the cargo and attacking innocent low-level players and noobs. Not necessarily to grief and go all the way to be a score 1-0 player and score warrior in a sense, because obviously that stuff don't matter. KD is meaningless in this game. It's all fun and games. When we're just here to take out griefers and make things a bit more fun for everyone. Now, obviously, not only can you fast travel and drive around and use all missiles and all that, but as you can see here, the best feature about this thing is that you can drive this thing literally over to your yacht, and you can use your yacht defenses to counter anyone that tries to harass you with your submarine. Now, some might say this is cheating because this is a glitch and you're not intended or able to do this normally. This isn't supposed to be a feature that was actually allowed, but Rockstar kind of let this slide or didn't even notice this was able to do it. So they never really fixed it or patched it in a sense because, I mean, Rockstar don't really care about the game like that, so they kind of let these things go. But as you can see here, you can park your submarine right next to the yacht here. All you need to do is park it right here, step on the brakes here. Once you're inside the back inside the submarine here, basically, you want to go to your services here, and you want to go over. Let's go ahead and get rid of the cops. So we can do this. So go over here, services, yacht, Super Galaxy yacht, and you can turn on the yacht defenses. You can see here, basically now you're impenetrable from anything. Now, having yacht defenses on doesn't make you invincible though. Like anything else, there is some things that can bypass the yacht. An APC can shoot through the yacht, I believe, unless they patched it. And not only that, you can actually bypass the yacht with a Nano Drone, which is another really useful trick about the Nano Drone. And you can also bypass it with a Sparrow. Now, to get a Sparrow, obviously you want to have your own submarine, but you can also use a Sparrow to bypass it, which is right here in the back. And that's basically it for the submarine. Obviously, if you want to get a yacht as well, in case you're having questions about the yacht, yacht's pretty expensive, so I wouldn't always obviously recommend buying it unless you want to use it purely for this trick alone, because the yacht is literally $10 million, as you can see. I already have a yacht, but it's ridiculous, as you can see here. So expensive. Get a yacht, and it isn't really a must-have to have a yacht. It's more likely than not, it's just flexing, bragging rights. But with that being said, as you can see here, we are now in the moon pool bay, which will take us over to number 9 on our list. Alright, so coming in at number 9 here, we have the Torador. Now, the Torador is a literally awesome vehicle to use, and this is probably one of my favorite vehicles to use for running the KO Perico heist, or any other heist in that matter. Obviously, I have it here in the submarine. So this vehicle is so great because, say we're over here in the submarine, just like I was explaining before, someone's attacking you here, you're about to abandon ship, this vehicle will come in handy. As you can see here, all you gotta do is hop in the Torador here, just like that. You can go underneath the water here with the Torador. This thing is a great vehicle because not only is it an underwater vehicle, it's also a land vehicle. So say you're over here in the water, someone got their own Torador or got their own vehicle ever trying to kill you. You can escape here from the Kosakta. And you can see here, we have a boost here, so we can go pretty fast too, keep in mind. This thing is great. Go right over here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Pressing right on D-pad here, you can enable driver mode. Just like so here. And look at that, now you're enabled driver mode. Not only that, just like the Deluxo, this thing has crazy great missiles, miniguns, awesome vehicle to use. Quite a bit of armor too. Not only that, you can carry 4 people in this thing, so you can have a friend in the back, 2 friends in the back, a guy in the front with you, so you can basically carry around your friends in a pretty speedy vehicle here. Very great vehicle here. And to buy this vehicle, in case you're wondering, obviously you want to get it off of Warstock. So let's go ahead and show you guys where you can go ahead and purchase this vehicle. Go ahead and scrolling over here to Warstock. The Torador here is $4.2 million. So pretty expensive vehicle here. Well, let's go and read about this here. No land? Question mark? No problem. With the Pegasi submersible booster-filled sports car, taking your life and all its problems out to sea has never been faster. Nothing is as therapeutical for the soul as the endless blue of the Pacific Ocean and firing off few torpedoes at passerbys. So that's basically what it says here about the Torador. Pretty cool vehicle though, really recommend it. It's so cool looking, very fast, very useful. Gets the job done. Obviously, great vehicle for messing up Oppressor griefers. Very useful vehicle. Now, coming in at number 10 on the list, this will be the very last thing I will talk about on the list here. Now, basically, I'll be talking about here is contacts you can request and call for when in fights and in PvP situations here. There are actually quite a few contacts you want to have on speed dial when you're in PvP situations, which I will show you guys here. Now, the first one being Imani. Now, to get Imani as a contact on your phone, Obviously, you want to go over and talk to people at the agency. Once you buy the agency, set it up, and basically you want to start up the mission to get Dre's phone back. And once you do that, you'll have Imani as a call here. Basically, you want to dial up Imani here, and you'll have this option here called enable out of sight. Obviously, here you can source a motorcycle with bulletproof tires, which is also pretty useful. We want out of sight. So you can see here, activate a 50 or 500 meter area where you and your members of your organization will be hidden from off the radar and other players.
Yep.
So $12,000, so it is a bit expensive, but here we go, activate it out of sight. This is so useful. So you see here, you've entered out of sight area, which will hide your blip from other players, which while inside attacking other players outside organization and or MC will end the ability. So obviously the ability will end if you kill someone. So there's infinite ghost org inside the circle where you can kill whoever you want in grief, ha 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 ha. But very useful. This will last longer than any ghost organization. So say you have someone that goes ghost org, you can literally sit in this out of sight area and your out of sight will last longer. Obviously it's specified with the circle here though, so if you went outside of the circle here, people will be able to see you still and spot you. They can kill you and go, oh, look, there he is. But we're inside the circle, you can use to your advantage. You can activate out of sight, you can use your thermals on your sniper, you can equip an RC car bandito, you can equip your ballistic equipment or use a Nano Drone, and you can use any of your other toys here I've suggested or shown you. Very useful tool here, very awesome toy. Would recommend using this as well. Now another contact I will talk about here besides using her is obviously talking about Lamar. Now Lamar is a pretty common contact, more maybe than not, because Lamar, his contact's been out for probably since the beginning of GTA, if I recall. But obviously what you want to do here is you want to call Lamar here. Now with Lamar, you can actually request a mugger.
What's cracking, fool?
Now, a mugger is obviously so awesome. As you can see here, it says here about a mugger, choose a player to be targeted by a mugger who will steal a portion of their cash. Now, obviously we don't always want the mugger to steal a portion of their cash unless you really want a mugger to get money from people. But obviously the mugger isn't what we want, obviously, for the to do that as well. The mugger is basically a tool to help you, to get people on the floor as well on the ground, which I found very useful for in PvP situations. So say I'm fighting a sweaty 1-0 tryhard over here. He's E1 everywhere across the sand here. I want to get a kill. He won't let me get a kill. You know, he E1, he playing dirty. So what I do, I call Lamar for a mugger. The mugger basically will run up to him like this. You know, he's got his knife out, whatever. Shank. He's gonna go stab him, whatever. Take his money. Not like guys on the ground. He took his money. That dude on the ground. All you gotta do is this. Boom. You shoot a rocket. Shoot him, whatever. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. That guy's dead. Literally so amazing. Mugger definitely can be come in very handy. Now, if you want to see some videos on how to use a mugger, how to properly use a mugger, I would suggest looking up Project Helly's YouTube channel. That guy's a fellow anti-griefer. He has some videos up explaining about the mugger basically and how to use it. And the final and last one I'll be talking about here basically is Merryweather here. Now, Merryweather isn't exactly one that's been used as much anymore. No one ever uses Merryweather anymore. Now, obviously, Merryweather isn't exactly the best one to use, but obviously here, pretty useful here, is you can call airstrike. You can call mercenaries to attack another player, which these two are pretty useful. You can here also request a helicopter to pick you up, boat pickup, backup helicopter, and ammo drop, which are pretty useful as well.
Goodbye.
And not only that, but not only can you request a helicopter from there, another hidden useful tool here is if you actually go to your CEO here and you go to abilities, you can request a luxurious helicopter, which will actually take you to any of your buildings you want or any destination for free, as long as you have GTA Plus. But anyways, guys, with that being said, that is it for today's video on hidden and uncommon toys for anti-griefing. Now, these toys and tips here I've shown you guys, toys, tools, trucks, cars, vehicles, anything of that sort. These are all I'm showing you guys for the purpose of anti-griefing. I don't want to see you guys using these vehicles, using these things for griefing. Obviously, I've been solely purpose of using these things have been for defending myself against tryhards, griefers, other grinders, other players that have obviously bothered me in a way that have made the game unfun, unplayable. But these vehicles here, these things here, will definitely give you guys an edge in the game. Now, with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Leave some comments below. I'm sorry this was such a long video, guys, but I really want to get into detail about some of these things, as this is very important for you guys. And these toys, these tools, these tips right here, these tricks will help you guys maximize your PvP in GTA, because obviously GTA is no longer what it was before. And PvP now is basically turned into cat, mouse, hide and seek, which is complete bullshit. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Comment below, like I said. All the goodness. Have a great day.